There's the thing, Stevie, you need to start listening to like Share 7. You need to start listening to Cynthia G. Don't you know, Stevie? Don't you know that you will never, don't you know that the reason he keeps texting you and keeps coming back to you isn't because you're the one and he loves you. You're the only dummy picking up. Start listening to Share 7. Sprinkle, just put a sprinkle, sprinkle. Hashtag sprinkle, sprinkle. It's like, Stevie, I wish I could tell him, Stevie, do you really think playing the fool is going to get you quicker to Diddy? Because as soon as he gets back on his feet, French Montana are going to be right there underneath him. Don't you know that Diddy like racially ambiguous women? Stevie J is defending Diddy, and he's going on record for defending Stevie. Now, Stevie, notable slime ball extraordinaire of love and hip hop, is defending. You know that's bad. They're saying he's defending Sean Diddy Combs, telling how Smex Beast rapper battered girlfriend Cassie as he was in a dark place and praising him for handing him a fortune first time they met. Stevie J, in my opinion, is such a dirtball and a degenerate that he would actually praise him, saying he was in a dark place, because I know Stevie J probably did, I don't know. But at the end of the day, also, the fact that after all that, you're only praising that he gave you a couple of dollars, like the bottom feeding leech that you are alleged to be. Okay, let's get into this. Sean Diddy Combs has at least one supporter in his corner, top record producer Stevie J, as he's praised the disgraced rapper and even explained why he may have beaten up his girlfriend Cassie Ventura in sickening footage caught on camera. Stevie J appeared on Vlad TV and spoke to Vlad about how much he's all about Diddy, despite Diddy's founder currently rotting in jail. I bet you are. Let me tell y'all something. Stevie probably at one point was calling Cassie and Young Miami. They probably picked up the phone. Hello? And Stevie was like, hello, may I speak to Cassie? And Cassie is like, who is this? And Stevie J was like, I'm telling you, woman to woman, don't you ever take my man. I'm just saying. I just say, but Young Miami was like, who is this? Santana in the back. Who is that? I'm telling you, woman to woman, you better stay away from my man. Literally, he was probably putting Nivea on in the background while he was talking smack. Don't mess with my man. I'm going to be the one to bring it to you. I'm just saying, Stevie J is probably lecturing Diddy every time he calls, saying, you know, I told you they wasn't down for you, but I'm always going to be down for you. He literally is doing his best to show Diddy he is his bottom B. I'm just saying, let's get back into this. He said this. Should I read it in my Stevie voice? I don't really know Stevie's voice. Thanks to one guy, Sean Combs, Diddy. When I came into the equation, he was hot. I was just the kerosene. Yo, doesn't it sound like a bottom B going for it, man? Listen to this. Imagine like a rabbit chipmunk doing this. Thanks to one guy, Sean Combs, Diddy. Yo, when I walked into the equation, he was hot. I was just the kerosene. I was the gasoline and the kerosene. And me showing him that I could make a hit. Revealing that Diddy once gave him over $6,000 in cash at the start of his career. You were responsible. Stevie J is a dirt bag, in my opinion. But you were responsible for some of the biggest hits and the sound of a decade. And you, like a true bottom B, is bragging that he gave you $6,000 to go get a new Louis Vuitton bag. Yo, Diddy likes to keep a dummy around him. He gave you $6,000 in cash after you made this man over $600 million. He said they worked together numerous times at their first meeting at a New York City concert. How do you think they met? Who do you think? You think that Diddy did the slide through? You know when you at concerts and a man, you got to like literally turn around whenever you see somebody walk behind you like, I see you, mofo. You think Diddy did that whole, excuse me, sorry. Put his index and his thumb on both hands on Stevie J's hip and was like, "Excuse me, darling," and tried to move him out the way? Or do you think he did something more aggressive and did like the rub through as he's going through the crowd? It's 10 feet of space, but somehow you got to rub along my backside and let me feel what you're working with. Do you think that's what Diddy did? And the streets are saying that Stevie J, according to people in the streets saying about Diddy and his little Diddy, Stevie J might have felt his Versace belt buckle rub against his backside before he felt Diddy rub against his backside, if you get what I'm saying. If you get what I'm saying. All jokes, all jokes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, if you guys want more jokes, I am on Snapchat. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat and TikTok. I'm going to start doing different versions of stuff. It's not going to be the same old recycled content. So if you like my vibe, if you like the snark, if you like the way that we see through the media manipulation and PR BS on both sides, make sure y'all follow. If you like this vibe, you're going to get even more. But we'll be talking about other stuff. Anyway, right? Anyway, he says that they met at a concert. So do you think that Diddy did the, you know, how they take like this? Can y'all see me? They take this, put it on both sides of your waist and try to move you out the way, right? Or they do the rub through? Or do you think Stevie, or do you think Diddy, because he do got that creep thing. You know how they did the other thing. All this room at the concert, and they literally make a beeline through the crowd to try to like dance behind you, you know, dance like nobody's watching, and then be like, "Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that, mama." Which one you think Diddy did? Or do you think Stevie J was the aggressor? Do you think he saw Diddy and all of a sudden the music just went, "Ooh," and it was just quiet? And it just seemed like the lights were bouncing off his skin. And he looked and he knew, "Oh, that's my destiny." And he made a beeline over to Diddy as the music became louder again. And all of a sudden, there was only them in a room. And just like that, the world hit play again. And he looked into his eyes. "Pretty brown eyes, I see you," right? And he knew there would never, ever, ever, ever be another. And he knew that no matter how many people went in and out of Diddy's bed, he would always be there standing 10 toes down. You know that's love of a different level, where you are walking with your deposed, disgraced friend on Miami Beach, trying to show him support in some suede gray New Balances and some ankle socks and what looks like a white two-piece polyester Amazon set on, why Diddy is wearing Versace, on the Miami Beach in the middle of summertime. You know, and the whole time, again, there's the thing, Stevie, you need to start listening to like Share 7. You need to start listening to Cynthia G. Don't you know, Stevie? Don't you know that you will never, don't you know that the reason he keeps texting you and keeps coming back to you isn't because you're the one and he loves you. You're the only dummy picking up. You're the only dummy picking up. Stevie, start listening to Share 7. Sprinkle, just put a sprinkle. Hashtag sprinkle on TikTok. She got loads of advice. So anyway, literally, you know, but it's like, Stevie, I wish I could tell him, "Stevie, do you really think playing the fool is going to get you quicker, Diddy?" Because as soon as he gets back on his feet, French Montana are going to be right there underneath him. Don't you know that Diddy like racially ambiguous women? He like Cassie. He like J-Lo. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, but what about Kim Porter? No, because Kim Porter looked like she was indigenous. He likes an exotic, thin frame. You're too chunky. You're too stocky for him. Look at French Montana. So, like, that's the type of man he goes for. And as soon as he gets up, but you know what, Stevie? Whatever. I can't give you any more relationship advice. Let's keep going, right? The duo worked together numerous times at their first meeting at a New York City concert, including joining forces with Diddy's hugely successful 1997 album, No Way Out. However, Stevie J admits he was completely shaken up, as was plenty of other fans, when hotel footage showed Diddy assaulting his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Were you shaken up, Stevie? Or were you sitting there being like, yeah, that's what she get, taking my man. That's what she gets. Treat her like that. I don't know. Stevie gives me vindictive X. He said, it really threw me for a loop. I always think about it and talk about things I know to be true about Sean Combs. Yeah. After I saw the video, I went and saw him in Miami. We had a conversation. Were your clothes on? Were your clothes on when you had a conversation? I just want to know. They could have been. Can I know? You telling everything else. Were your clothes on? Were y'all the only people in the room? Was there a camera going? What was going on? I really honestly want to know. Were y'all playing that little, you know how like they say to keep romance alive? I'm not saying Stevie J and Diddy are sleeping together. I'm just telling jokes, right? But you know, they say like keep the spark alive in a relationship. Maybe it's friendship. And they tell you like, you know, they say like, you know, dress up as spies or go to the hotel lobby and act like you don't know each other. Like, oh, excuse me, is anybody sitting here? Well, how did they, if it's being alleged that they actually had something, how do you think they actually kept their, sorry, y'all, the air conditioner is either too hot or too cold here. Anyway, right? How do you think they kept their spark alive? Do you think that like Diddy would lovingly spike a Welch's grape soda and then Stevie J would have to act like it was the first time? Oh, I'm so thirsty. Is there any Welch's grape soda around? And then he'd be like, oh, here. And then Stevie would be like, this tastes funny. And then he would, like, you know, like would they reenact the first night of someone getting drunk just to keep the spark alive? I'm wondering. I don't know what they did, but it'd be funny if that happened. Anyway, he said, I went and saw him in Miami. We had a conversation. And I let him know how affected I was by that. I didn't know he had it in him to do that. Okay, pause. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care. I don't know the context. I'm not watching that whole Vlad interview, right? But I will say this. Sorry, y'all. It's hot in here. And I don't want to turn the air conditioner on, right? I don't want to watch the whole Vlad interview. But did I not say that Stevie J probably enjoyed it? Because he seemed like one of those vindictive exes. I'm not saying he's Diddy's ex, but does he not seem like one of those vindictive exes that enjoys seeing the other girl get treated like crap? Think about this. Put this in perspective. I let him know how affected I was by that. Affected doesn't mean you were shocked. It doesn't mean that you were horrified. Affected by something could have mean you like that. Please give me $1 billion. And then I'll be like, I want all my tattletales to know how affected I was by winning the lottery, right? And get this. Hold on. There's more. And then he said, I didn't know he had that in him to do that. That sounded like you were sitting there watching that video, literally, probably on repeat, slowing it down, talking about, he ate. I don't know. It's giving, I know what he's saying, horrified, but if you look at it from a different thing, it's like you might have enjoyed seeing the other girl. I'm just saying. Anyway, he said, he offered up an explanation for Diddy's disgusting behavior. You know what he said? Drugs. He said, I just know he was in a dark place in his life. As he described to me, he was just doing a lot of drugs and it was just dark for him. Okay, let me get this straight. Because Mark Agnifilio, you're going to hell for getting not hundreds, but tens of millions of dollars from Diddy for this dumbass defense. Drugs. Do you understand that if people are saying you did the most horrible things, right? Drugs is not an excuse at all. Just hear me out. See, there's something in the law, which I don't know if Diddy knows this, but to say that you were out of your mind when you did the most decrepit things, that is not, like ignorance or even incapacitation when you choose to take the drugs knowingly is not an excuse. See, the same way if you choose to get drunk at a bar and then get on a car, I know I'm about to turn this ear on, y'all, and then get in a car and you take out a family, You cannot say, you know why I did that? Alcohol. I was drunk. Yeah, dummy. But unless somebody spiked your drink and you had no idea that you were drinking alcohol, and then you got in the car and had that accident, that is the only way you're getting out of this. If you purposely had those drinks and then you left that bar and you hurt other people, it doesn't matter whether you were intoxicated or not, you will be held accountable for your actions because the law clearly says it was your choice to become incapacitated under a narcotic or alcohol. And if it was your choice to become incapacitated under alcohol or narcotics, then any resulting actions that came from you entered willingly in, and you will be held accountable. So Diddy, this whole drugs thing, it's not hitting the way you think it is. You chose to take rugs, right? You chose to take them. And then you're now saying that you did these horrible things because you weren't in your right mind, but you chose to get out of your mind. So on top of that, if I was a juror and I said, oh, he did, and I heard, oh, he did it for rugs, he was in a dark place, then that means everything else that you did, you probably did, but you were coked out, smoked out, like whatever. So again, yo, you going to jail. You going to jail. I see why Anthony Rico was like, I quit this case. Y'all not ruining my spotless record. You're not ruining it. Bye, Diddy. Bye, Felicia. Yep, I heard Mark Agnafilio. I heard he said you saying the system's racist and they doing it to a black man. Okay. All right, Diddy. I'll see you. Call me when you want the appeal. Keep following Mark Agnafilio and that whole, can a brother get a break? Imagine getting your lawyer, Mark Agnafilio. Yana, this is a clear case of racism. I get what Diddy's trying to do, but it don't hit the same. To make that racism claim, I would imagine in front of jurors, a black attorney making that argument to a jury of your peers hits a lot different than Mark Agnafilio. Yana, this is a clear case. The law is, it just doesn't hit the same. I get what Diddy thinks he's trying to do, but it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same. Again, Diddy, you going to jail. It don't even sound like Mark Agnafilio got this mess together. But let's get back into what Stevie J had to say. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Stevie J's thing is reading like the funniest soap opera I've ever read. So hold on. Okay, they said in November, Cassie accused Diddy, y'all know, of the unthinkable. While Diddy settled the case a day after the suit was filed, footage later released revealed Diddy attacking Cassie at the Intercontinental Hotel. And so, you know, the one thing that always strikes me as really odd? Diddy's downfall in all this, I mean, besides the federal government coming from his ASS, but the way he lost the public media thing is the day after Cassie filed, you settled. That settlement, at least in public opinion, was the best thing ever for Cassie, but it was the worst thing for Diddy because I saw people at that moment sharpening their knives and they were looking excuses to forgive him. Remember Kelly Price, ditzy self, jumped in, I forgive you. God sees you. Who are we to judge? Kelly, shut up. Kelly, shut up. This man is fat phobic. I'm not calling Kelly Price overweight, but Diddy thinks anybody that weighs over 130 pounds is overweight. But you worked with R. Kelly, Diddy. You did a few songs. They invite you to the parties. They invite you to dinner. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how long he was in the studio with you because he probably was like, are there any girls under 120 pounds? Diddy was incredibly fat phobic, right? This man didn't do nothing for you, did all this stuff. You in the comments talking about, I see your heart. God will forgive you. Who are we to judge? Kelly, shut up and worry about what's going on in your family. And on top of that, it did not escape my attention that all these people saying, who are we to judge? Everybody deserves forgiveness. It did not escape my attention that literally the devil incarnate, Diddy, never asked for forgiveness. Everybody talking about, who are we to act as God and judge him? Motherfucker, y'all the ones acting as God. He ain't asked for your forgiveness. He ain't asked for your prayers. He ain't asked for nothing from God. But y'all stepping in, speaking on behalf of God about what he's going to give him. I know God was like, if y'all don't sit, y'all, Listen, God got on some Aaron Pierre and Rebel Ridge. Have y'all seen Rebel Ridge? He got on that. You better sit your ass down before I sit you down. Go watch Rebel Ridge. It got Tiana Teller's new man, Aaron Pierre. He's Tiana's. He got Tiana Teller's new man, our Aaron Pierre. He's Mufasa, but he's also in Rebel Ridge. Go watch that movie. That's Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, not Tiana Marie. Tiana Taylor's new man. Anyway, what else they got? Okay, wait. Combs' legal team has denied all allegations. Okay, so what do we got here? Stevie made a fool of himself, as usual, but if only he listened to Share 7. A man will always embarrass you. At least a man like Diddy. Like, Stevie, men like that always embarrass you. You bragging he gave you $6K for a new pair of Louis Vuittons. Or a little LV Louis Vuittons or Louboutins or what, an LV Speedy Clutch? Really? Pair of Gucci jeans with feathers at the bottom. That's what you bragging about. I mean, at the end of the day, men like that just embarrass you, Stevie. You can't show them loyalty. You can't show them this. You have to look at them like they're tricks. Violent tricks, but tricks. But anyway, now I see why Stevie treated every woman he was with so horribly, because he himself was being constantly disrespected and humiliated. Every morning he would look up and know that, his little stocky teddy bear shaped self could never earn Diddy's love. Every morning he was told, you're not good enough. And when Diddy finally got a day one and he wanted to have wild king nights, did he call Stevie the man that's been riding out for him forever? The man that built his empire? No. He bought French Montana. What did French Montana ever do for you, Diddy? I think Stevie was asking, what did French Montana ever do for you, Diddy? Did he give you a hit? Did he pour his life and soul into one of the best-selling albums that ever came across Bad Boy? Did he create the sound of a decade? What did he do? What did he do? What did Meek Mills do? Well, let me stop. We don't know what happened with Meek Mills. We all know Meek Mills is going to be crashing out on Twitter if people start teasing him about that. Let's let it go, right? But what did French do? What did he do? What did he contribute? French had pretty privilege, according to Diddy, because that's what Diddy likes. Men always got their preference. Everybody got their preference. So I think that Stevie couldn't get over the fact that French Montana had pretty privilege. He was exotic. Did he like him exotic? Wasn't he Moroccan? Right? He was tall, sip of water. He was always around. He had those bedroom eyes. I know he would walk in and be like, French, don't look at me with those eyes. And French would be like, what eyes? Don't look at me with those eyes. And Steve would be sitting there glaring. I made you another hit. And Diddy be like, go, 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 right? I made you another hit, right? Stevie, you should have listened to Shara. The women, like, if a man just wants you in the kitchen cooking up stuff, he just sees you as a maid and a mule. He's never going to respect you for who you are. #sprinkle on TikTok. It's going to change your life. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. Actually, at this point, you might be in Cynthia G territory. You might be in Cynthia G territory. Sprinkle might be foregone. Anyway, y'all, listen. Stevie is probably like, and in a sick way, it's the last thing I'm going to say. And again, I know I'm like saying fan fiction, but let me just say this. In a sick way, do y'all think that Stevie is low-key happy about what happened to Diddy? Like, I remember, you know that old saying, if you keep effing around, I'm going to you and bury your body and then sleep good every night because I know where you are. Literally, come bring you flowers every day and rest easy every night because now I know where you are every night in the ground that I put you in, right? What's that old saying that the grandmas used to say? Murder him, bury him. Murder him, bury him. Tell the neighbors he left. My grandma was wild, right? Murder him, Bert. Tell the neighbors he left, right? Papa was a Rolling Stone. But all jokes aside, right? I think that Stevie, maybe he's actually enjoying. It's like when a man is no good and maybe he's a neighborhood dope boy and then he gets locked up and in a weird way his bottom B enjoys him being locked up because now she don't have to worry about where he is every night. But like we see with Diddy and him sneaking three-way calls and three-way this, even when the man is in jail, he is still talking to 20 different people. As a matter of fact, he might even be talking to more people, Stevie, and not appreciating you because now all he got is time on his hands. All he got is time on his hands. And I think he's pretty much terrified all the rats and roaches in his jail. They probably scared to step in. He probably making them do little freak-offs that literally there's probably a quarantine. Don't go by the bad place and they scurrying past his jail while he's trying to grab them. Come here, come here. You, kiss them, do this, do that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, right, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I don't know. Listen, I think that Stevie J is probably taking the bottom B trophy away from Khloe Kardashian. Maybe, because Khloe always finds a way to put herself in the bottom. Listen, it is. What's up, Trishawn? What's up, Trishawn? She said, what's up, Tisa? Did I miss the cookout? Yeah, I got to go. I have to go make some more videos. It's actually a heavy day. I feel like the universe is healing. Gabrielle Union finally admitted that she sounded dumb AF for demanding 50-50. I'm just saying. What else is going on? There's so much going on. Yandy is crashing out over Mendici, talking about it's enough. Stop destroying my family, and started sliding down the walls on Love and Hip Hop while Mendici looked at her like, but you been know I've been cheating on you. Mendici is looking at Yandy like, I don't even got to lie anymore. She be coming with like fan fiction on Love and Hip Hop about how and why he's not cheating and chasing after people. That's her pretending to be him, actively going to hit on girls just so she can catch the girls talking to her man. All right, girl. Listen, it's going to be a hell of a week, but the universe is healing. Now, if only somebody would put some sense into Mandy's head. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.